Welcome to the Happy Birthday Color My Cookie set. Let's take a look at what we have. We have 6 cookies to decorate. There are 2 decorative plaques that say Celebrate. And we have 2 cookies that have balloons. And then 2 cookies that have a cake with candles. Now you might have this with the pink candles, or you might have the set that has the blue candles. We have 2 different kinds. So we also have a color palette cookie, and it has pink and white, and then it has pink with a little glitter and gold with a little glitter. There's a bag of pink royal icing, 2 paint brushes, and then a little containers, some extra cups, some fondant bows, and then we have a little vial of lemon extract. This lemon extract is used to make the gold and the pink luster paint. There are also 2 containers of sprinkles. We have these little pink and white balls, and then a mixture of white sprinkles. From your house, you'll need a pair of scissors and a paper towel. Let's get going. I'm going to start with the balloons. So I'm going to take my brush and just get a little bit wet. And I'm going to do a few different types of balloons. So we've got 3 balloons that are kind of connected, and I'm going to do different colors on each of them. I think I'm going to do one balloon that's totally covered in sprinkles because I think that just sounds fun. So I'm going to do, let's say, the middle balloon in sprinkles. So I'm going to actually just paint this cookie with just water. And I'm going to try and get all the way to the seam with the water here. All the way to the edges. And we're using water because the water is going to help the sprinkles stick. And we want to do the sprinkle part first because on the places we don't want sprinkles, we don't want them to stick. So if we painted this with color, then if we did the sprinkles later, they would stick, which we don't want. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just tipping my cookie over the sprinkle cup and then tapping it, and all of the sprinkles I don't want are falling off back into the cup. And look how fun that looks. 1 sprinkle balloon. Okay, so we're going to continue here with the next balloon, and I think that I'm going to do that one pink. So I'm going to get my brush wet here, and then I'm going to use the pink dot here. Now we have included a white dot as well. And what you can do is actually mix the 2 so you can get a lighter pink than, so this one's kind of dark, and then you can mix it with the white and then get a lighter color. This is still pretty. This needs a little bit more water to activate and get it really nice. And once the white is activated, you can get see how it's a lighter color. So that's why we have the white. So you can do both. I'm going to just do the pink, straight pink. So I'm going to get that nice and on the brush, a lot of color, and then we're going to start painting. We're going to be very careful here that we don't get the sprinkles that I've already done. So I'm just going to paint this balloon all the way around, and I'm going to try and get the edges too. So there's some nice definition. Let's look at that. So I'm just going to turn this around, just trying to get the edge. We got 1 pink balloon and 1 sprinkle balloon. There we go. And the next one I'm going to do gold. So for that we need to use the lemon extract. So I'm going to take this and open it up. So we're using water for the watercolor, for the regular colors, but for the luster colors, we're using these little vials of lemon extract. It smells so good, and it adds just a little bit of a lemon flavor to the cookie when you eat it. It's kind of fun. So I'm going to dip my brush, and this is an alcohol-based liquid, and that's what you need to make the luster paint. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get that in there, and then I'm really got to rub this together. So you can see, like, really have to get that on the brush. Look how nice, and it comes off in kind of, it's something that we add to the icing dot after it's hardened, so it is this powder that we mix together and it makes a paint. So we're just going to get that on there. Nice. We want kind of a nice thick substance to paint with. And there we go. So we get that on there. Look how fun that looks. It's a nice lustery paint. And if it is too thin, if you think to yourself, well, this is not very bright, this needs to be a little thicker, all you've got to do is wait, because the alcohol evaporates faster than water, and so the liquid will go away and it'll thicken as it sits. So if you've added too much of the lemon extract and it's too thin, just wait a minute. Look at that. Look how awesome that looks. Nice lustery gold to go along with our pink and our sprinkle balloon. Look at that. Look how fun this looks. So we've got 3 different balloons, and it's nice that you can see the really 3 distinct shapes because I've got 3 different colors on there. So the last final touch we're going to do, I'm going to use my water brush again, and we've included some fondant bows. I'm just going to stick the fondant bow, and so I'm going to add a little bit of water. You can add the water to the back of the bow or to the cookie, and I'm just going to stick that on there for one finishing touch. Look at that, and this will dry in place just like that. And there we go. Happy birthday balloons. Okay, let's continue. So next I think I'm going to do my Celebrate plaque next. And you can do all sorts of things here. I tend to not paint the background on cookies that have a lot of letters. So I'm just going to, it takes a lot of time, and you can do it though, because there's enough space, it looks so fun to paint the background, but I'm going to not do that. What I'm going to do is actually, again, I'm just going to use a wet brush with just water, and I'm going to paint inside the banner pennant here. Each pennant I'm going to paint with water, and I'm going to stick sprinkles on the inside. So I think that sounds so fun. Pennant with sprinkles. I love sprinkles because they add such a fun texture, both visually and when you eat the cookie. So we include sprinkles on every Color My Cookie kit. Okay, so I've got them nice and wet with water, and so I've got 2 different sprinkles here, and I'm going to alternate. Okay, so then I've got the pink ones I'm going to do. These ones are a lot smaller, so they're going to stick a little bit easier. And again, it doesn't matter if you get them everywhere, because you just tap the cookie and they fall right off. And get them right back in the cup. So I've got my sprinkles all on my banner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pink luster paint. I'm going to wash the gold off of here first. So I've got gold on this one. I'm going to brush that off, and then I'm going to use the paper towel here to blot it dry, get all the color off, and then I'm going to dip the brush in the lemon extract, and I'm going to activate my pink luster color here. And then I'm going to paint the letters. So the letters are going to be kind of pink lustery on a white background with my white sprinkle banner. It's going to be cute. And then we're just very gentle, just going over the letters. This is why we made the letters white, so that you could paint them like this. Just a little bit more, just to kind of touch it up. After it dries, you can kind of see if it needs any extra. You can go back and do it again. Any spots that are a little bit lighter. And there we go. And then the last thing we're going to do is the cake. So I've got my cake here. And we're going to do a few different things here. So I want to see a few different textures on the end of this cookie. So we're going to take the pink royal icing. I'm just going to kind of knead it together. When you get this in the mail, it sits in the mail, for a day or two. So if you need to just kind of work it together to make sure that it's all one consistency. So I'm just going to snip a very small end off of here. Okay, so I've got my pink. I'm just going to test it right here, make sure it works. So it's a nice blush, nice very light pink. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the stand. It's a nice little interesting technique, you know, something a little bit raised off the cookie. Just a little different texture. So I'm going to pump the bag up and down after I've finished piping just to pop any air bubbles that might happen. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, and then we can move on to the actual cake. So we've got a few different options here, and I'm going to do kind of actually, we're going to do sprinkles on one layer. I'm going to do sprinkles on one layer because I think that sounds awesome. So I'm going to get the brush wet, and I think the top layer should have some sprinkles. So wet the brush, paint the area here, and then we're going to add our sprinkles. So I've got our sprinkles here. I'm going to do the next layer pink, but we're going to try and make a lighter pink than the one that's on the dot. We're going to use the white, and we're going to mix it together. So I've got my pink on here. It's kind of deep, so I'm going to mix it in with the white dot. And that's going to make like a little bit of a creamier color. So we're going to try and do that. So I've got my pink on here, and it's making a nice light pink. So you can see, look at this balloon that I did, and then this is a little bit lighter. And then I'm going to do a little bit of gold to finish this. So I'm going to show you here a fun little technique with the brush that you can do to finish it gold. So we've got our pink color on here. I like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take our luster brush here. I'm going to wash it, make sure I get all the pink off of it because I'd used it to do the pink letters. I'm going to blot it again on the paper towel. Okay, so I'm going to dip it here in a little bit of the lemon extract. Make my gold paint. And then you want it to be a little thick at this point, but you get it on the brush. And what we're going to do is we're going to flick and do a little bit of gold speckle, a little gold accent. So you could just like grab it like that and see how it just kind of flicks off of there. And then you can do a little gold. And you can do gold on the outside, gold on the cake, whatever you want. So I'm just going to flick a little bit of gold on there. You can see how that works. And there we go. We've got gold, this little gold accent. Something a little fun to do with the gold paint. All right. So we've got our cake, our Celebrate plaque, and our happy birthday balloons. Thank you so much for doing this Color My Cookie with me. And of course, the best thing about Color My Cookie is eating it. Thank you.